builds strength, speed, and absolute strength, improves intermuscular condition, and improves intramuscular condition. So basically, you're going to lift as much weight as you possibly can for that day on your max effort day. You know, it might only be that you hit 90% of your 1 RM, but it's the most you're going to be able to lift for that day. You should never miss your 90. You should always hit at least 90% of your 1 RM for a single. Or, you know, if it's 90% of your 3 RM or your 5 RM. It's going to train your muscles intermuscularly because it combines many different muscles to perform the movement. It's going to train your muscles intramuscularly because it's going to force the muscles to recruit as many muscle fibers as possible. So max effort is, you lift as much weight as you possibly can, and your goal is to set a new personal record for that particular lift. Exercise rotation is key. You're going to rotate exercises every 1 to 3 weeks. Personally, I prefer to rotate every 3 weeks. You set a PR in week 1, and then week 2, your goal is to beat that PR by at least 5 pounds. Week 3, your goal is to beat last week's PR by at least 5 pounds. And then after that, your body has been accustomed to the change. You train for 3 weeks in a row. Then you mix it up. Next week, you change your core lift. Say with upper body movement, you would start off with the bench press, and you'd hit that for 3 weeks. And then you would change it up. Different variations would be bench press with chains, or bench press with bands, or bench press off the block. Any kind of different movement that's going to stimulate new growth. Frequency, you're going to train max effort training 1 time a week for upper body, 1 time a week for lower body. As far as intensity goes, you're going to be training at 90% or above your 1 rep max. Rep ranges are continually rotated as well, between 1 and 5 rep maxes. Your rest interval is going to be 2 to 5 sets, or 2 to 5 minutes between sets. It's going to take more time to recover from a max effort set than it will a dynamic effort set or a repeated effort set, because you're trying to recruit as much muscle fibers as possible. Your sets, that's going to vary as well. A general rule is to have no more than 8 working sets. So by your 8th working set, you want to either hit a new PR or miss a new PR. For example, the goal of max effort training is to set a new PR each time. So for example, if your goal or your personal record on a standard barbell squat is 455 pounds, the next week your goal should be to hit a new PR. Your goal should be to hit 460 pounds that next week. Dynamic effort training is defined as lifting submaximal weight for maximal speed. It builds explosive power, improves the rate of force development, and improves speed strength. It develops explosive power without actually being a quote-unquote explosive lift. It's not a power clean that's considered an explosive lift. The thing that I like most about that is the fact that you don't have to teach any new technique. With Olympic lifts, there's a lot of technique involved. You spend a lot of time developing the athletes, teaching them all the technique. Well, if you're doing a dynamic effort squat, you've already taught them how to squat. So now all you have to do is you lower the weight and you squat explosively for reps. It improves speed technique because it improves speed strength because you're lifting the weight as fast as possible. So you're going to lift a weight that's 50 to 75% of your 1 rep max for that particular lift, and you're going to perform 10 to 12 sets for squat and around 8 to 10 sets on an upper body lift of 2 to 3 reps. Frequency, you're going to train 1 time a week upper body, 1 time a week lower body for dynamic effort. Your intensity is going to be between 50 to 75% of your 1 rep max. Your rep ranges are going to be between between 2 to 3 reps, and your rest interval is going to be 60 to 90 seconds. 8 to 12 sets per exercise is typically standard. Chad Coy, he's a professional strongman. He's a conjugate guy, and he says his goal on speed day is to just keep the bar moving as fast as possible. So he doesn't say we're going to do 10 sets of 2 today. He's like, we're going to do sets of 2 until the bar stops moving at a good speed. When he feels like the bar's not moving as fast as it was on his first set, that's when he's going to stop that's when his sets are going to end. He said that usually falls in the 8 to 12 set range. So an example of this is if you're a 400-pound squatter, you're going to come in and on a dynamic effort day, you're going to do 2 to 300 pounds, and you're going to perform 8 to 12 sets of 2 reps just as fast as possible. Repeated effort training is lifting a submaximal weight for maximal reps. It develops endurance, stimulates hypertrophy, and increases work capacity. The frequency of repeated effort training is going to vary depending on your program. Louis Simmons, for instance, he doesn't really use repeated effort training that much, but a guy like Joe DeFranco, he likes to incorporate it in his training programs right out of season for athletes because during the season your athletes are going to lose muscle mass. So when you incorporate the repeated effort training right after the season, it's going to help build that muscle mass back up quicker. And the intensity is going to vary as well. You want your athlete to fail at in the 8 to 20 range. The objective is to do max sets. So you're going to perform 3 sets of max reps with the weight and then you're going to add up the total amount of reps. So for instance, if you're doing a dumbbell bench press for that day, and you're using the 60-pound dumbbells, and your first set you get 10, your second set you get 10, and then your third set you get 8. So your total for that day, your PR on the 60-pound dumbbells is 28. Next time you come back to repeated effort dumbbell bench press, you're going to use the 60-pound dumbbells, and you're going to try to set a new PR of 29 or 30, or you're going to try to beat the record from last time. You're going to perform 3 sets. Your rest intervals are going to range from 1 to 3 minutes. Supplementary work. This isn't a HIIT program. It's not high intensity training. You're not just doing your max effort or your dynamic effort. You're going to perform supplementary work. It's going to assist the main movement, and it's going to strengthen your weaknesses. So supplementary work for lower body would be things such as glute ham raises, reverse hypers, lunges, good mornings, things of that nature. Upper body, tricep work, shoulders, upper back, everything that's going to improve your upper body strength. Today I've presented to you the conjugate method. Some people like it, other people don't. You've all heard the saying that there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, there's more than one way to get strong and fast. The conjugate method is just one way.